Hello students, welcome for today's session. So in today's session, we are going to study how we can create a clock with the help of a timing event. Okay, so we'll start with the program. Start with document type, HTML, head, title I'm going to give it as clock created with a timing event. Alright, so what I have done, I have started with the root element, that is HTML. I've given the title as clock created with the help of a timing event. Then I'm going to close I'm going to start with the script tag. Okay, now I'm going to create one function which is going to help me to start my time. So I will create one function, start time. Alright, and then I'm going to create few variables. Because it is a timer, I will require hours, minutes, okay, seconds. So I'm going to create the respective variables. So I will create a variable today, and then I'm going to use the date method. So the date method is going to tell me which date is today, and that is going to be stored into the variable today. Then I will create one more variable h, and then I say today dot get hours. So this get hours method is going to return the number of hours as in today. Variable m. So today dot get minutes. To find how many minutes it is now, I'm going to use the method get minutes. Then variable s is nothing but today dot get seconds. Alright, so what I have done, I have created one object of the day, that is today, and then today's hours, minutes and seconds I am trying to find out, and I have stored them in the variables h, m and s. Alright, now I'm going to check the time. So I'm going to write check time minutes, that is the minutes what we have passed. Then s is equal to check time s. Alright, then I'm going to display this on my screen. So I'm going to write document dot get element by id text dot inner HTML is equal to, now I have to display it in terms of hour, minutes and then seconds. Okay, so I'm going to write it here hour, minutes, okay, and then I'm going to write it as seconds. So this is how we are going to display the timer in terms of hour, minutes and seconds. I'm going to declare one more variable, set time out, that is to clear the timer, start time, and then I'm going to specify the parameter in terms of milliseconds. So I've written there 500. Alright, then I'm going to create the function check time, which I have defined above. Check time, and here my parameter is going to be I. So this is my parameter I, check time. Then if I is less than 10, if I is less than 10, then we need to add 0, right? So I is equal to 0 plus I. This is for the function check time, and then I'm going to return I. Alright, and then I'm going to close the script tag, the head tag. So this was about the head part of the program. Now starting with body part. Write body on load. When the body starts loading, I want a function to be executed. So the function name is start time. Okay, I want this function to be executed. Division id is equal to text. Close the division tag, close the body tag, and then the HTML tag. All right. So I'm going to click on File, Save, all files. Okay, so I'm going to save this one. Save it with the extension. Clock with timer dot HTML. So this is how I'm going to save, and then click on Save. This is my file, clock with timer. Then I click on Google Chrome. Open allow blocked content. Yes. So do you observe? It is displaying the time. It is displaying the time. So 15, here it is displaying the time in format of 24 hours format, hours, minutes, and then seconds. If you want the format to be changed, like if you want the minutes to be displayed first, then what we can do is here we can type minutes, then we can change it to hours, and then I click on save, file, save, close this one. Okay, and I click on refresh. So now did you observe when I click on refresh what has happened? This 18 has come over here. That is, it's starting with minutes and then this is the hours. So this is a 24-hour format. Then at the end we have seconds. Now if I want it like seconds, minutes, and then hours. So I'm going to change it in this format. See, seconds has been displayed first, then we have minutes, and then we have the, that's why it is started again counting from 0. After that we have the hours being displayed. Okay, so this is how we can create a clock using a timing event. So we have used time interval function. So we'll continue in the next session. Thank you.